But I'm Matt Grossman. I'm Director of the Institute for Public Policy and Social Research at MSU, and we are pleased to be putting on this forum today. I wanted to make a special welcome to the legislators and legislative staff that are actively working on this issue that were able to join us, as well as a group of MSU political science students who are here experiencing a full day at the Capitol, and we're happy to have you. I wanted to also make sure you knew about a couple of other events that we are having on Tuesday. We will, in the same room, we are going to be awarding the 3 best interns at the state capitol for this year, and we'll be also having a panel on where do you go from there. So career opportunities in Michigan government and politics. So please send the interns from your office to be here on Tuesday. And for those of you who might be interested in hiring Capitol interns in the future, please join us as well for that networking opportunity. We're also on May 1st going to be reviewing the first 100 days of the Donald Trump administration at the Kellogg Center. We'll have Bill Kristol and Ron Fournier on hand, who've been active in at least watching 4 administrations' first 100 days, so please join us for that. We'll be back here on May 31st for another IPPSR forum on Asian immigration to Michigan and potential federal changes in visa rules. It'll again be a luncheon forum on May 31st. And then finally we'll be here for a legislative staff training on June 26th and June 27th. So please put that on your calendar if it's not already there. And you can sign up for any of those events. They're all free at our website, IPPSR.msu.edu. Thanks. And here is Anne Marie Schneider, who's going to be guiding us today.
Thank you, Matt. And thanks to all of you for being here. We're going to be talking about human trafficking. So how many of you have seen what you might suspect to be a human trafficking incident in your community or maybe on your job? If you have, raise your hand. I'm kind of doing this. Well, unfortunately, you are among a growing majority, and that's why we really wanted to get on board with this topic and bring our A-team to you in order to give you information and some things to think about as you look at public policies and means of prevention of human trafficking. Today, we're going to look specifically at Michigan and the action our state is taking to tackling the crime of human trafficking. Our panelists will point to how we can help fight this crime by providing information, possible policies or suggestions, ideas for reaching out to your community and getting them more engaged in fighting the crime as well. So I'm going to introduce each of them very briefly. You have full bios in your packet. And I'm going to introduce them in the order they'll be speaking. Then they'll come up and they'll make their remarks. And then afterwards, we'll do the questions. So we'll hold the questions until after the presentations. First with us is Jane White. Jane is the director and founder of the Michigan Human Trafficking Task Force. That is a nonprofit organization that was founded through the School of Criminal Justice at Michigan State University. She has worked with organizations across the country on detection and prevention of human trafficking. She serves the Michigan Commission on Human Trafficking by appointment of Michigan's Attorney General. Sheila Mashinsky is also with us. She is a staff development advisor for Henry Ford Health System and a former emergency nurse for 35 years. She served our emergency rooms. She's dedicated to educating the public and healthcare community on human trafficking. She belongs to the International Forensic Nurse Association and is a governor's appointee to the Michigan Human Trafficking Task Force. So you can see there are a lot of organizations that are really diving into this topic. Meredith Reese is the Vice President of Treatment Programs for Vista Maria, and she'll follow Sheila. Vista Maria is a human services agency, and they provide services to victims of abuse, neglect, and trauma. She is a Best Practice Leadership Award recipient from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. She is involved in planning and implementing residential treatment and foster care programs for those in most need. Kelly Carter will follow Meredith. Kelly is an Assistant Attorney General of Michigan in the Criminal Division. She is a prosecutor for human traffickers and an expert advisor to the House and Senate subcommittees considering legislation involving child sexual exploitation and human trafficking. She trains legal, health, and other community professionals, such as law professionals, throughout Michigan to identify and address human trafficking. So Michigan State University's Institute for Public Policy and Social Research is hosting the forum. Also co-sponsoring is the Canadian Studies Center, because you may or may not know that this is a very real issue at our borders. Human trafficking is very much a deep concern across our borders and of our border security agencies. So we're all in this together. And let me start off with bringing Jane to the podium. Thank you.